Good evening, everyone. My name is Esther. I am very pleased to have this mic. I've been raising my hand for a long time. As one of the youth activists that voted during the elections and also monitored the elections, I am pleased to say that the role of the young people during the election was very, very important. We even developed a software to monitor the election. We have a project called Register, Select, Vote, and Protect. And that has actually given Nigeria a very good impression about the election. I am very excited about that. So secondly, I know that the conflict in Nigeria has a youth phase. I want to tell you that the young people are writing a new narrative about Nigeria, and I want to see that the U.S. Department support that effort towards making sure that the young people in Nigeria are empowered, are inspired like the peers here in the U.S. to be able to engage at local and global scene to make sure that Nigeria is moving forward from what we constantly know. Thank you.
Esther, let me, if I could, say I am extremely happy that you have mentioned youth and the role of youth. One of the most impressive things that I saw in Nigeria during the election was the very energetic, very positive, very powerful, and most important, very neutral role that the National Service Corps youth played around the country, because it was members of the country's National Service Corps who were the backbone of the election organization. Without them, Professor Jaga would not have had a structure. They were the registrars, they were the validators, they were the counters, they were everywhere, and they did the job just wonderfully. Young Nigerians, 18 to 30, university graduates, university students in their green T-shirts, very distinguished, did a wonderful job, and they were dispersed across the country. All 36 states, no regions, all 36 states. People working from one area to another, wherever they happen to be serving, on behalf of their country, they were allowed to man those voting booths. We ourselves here in Washington have put a very special emphasis on youth, and sometimes it is missed. In 2010, President Obama invited a minimum of two, sometimes three, young African leaders from across Africa for a week-long visit to the White House, culminating in a 90-minute town hall in which he spoke for approximately 4 or 5 minutes and then opened it up to questions from all of the young African young leaders who were invited to this event. It was spectacular. The week started with a speech to this group by Secretary Clinton at the State Department, followed by speeches from a number of the assistant secretaries, and then they were interspersed around various government agencies with companies, and the last event being the meeting at the White House. It was a marvelous occasion for those who were there, and missed by many in this town, because things like that don't get very much attention. Last year, the First Lady did a similar event in Johannesburg, where she invited young women from across Africa to come to Johannesburg to participate in a similar youth event. Young women from across the continent, women who will be the future leaders of their country. And as we prepare and move into this year, we are looking at doing something very much like this, probably even on a grander scale, where we will be inviting Africa's next generation of leaders to come. And a lot of this has been built around an elaborate program put together by Bruce Wharton, one of my deputies, by David Gilmore, one of his top deputies who's here with us, where we have tried to keep this next generation interlinked on the internet through networking. And this year's programs are going to be even more elaborate, because what we've decided to do is also to bring in American youth and to put a very heavy focus on technology and communication and networking. I hope this will be signature, that it will continue to go on. And we try to reach out to them. When I travel, my deputies travel, to go and see some of the young leaders who we've been able to bring here. Youth is absolutely important, and the focus at 1600 Pennsylvania, focus down at the State Department with the Secretary, has been youth and women and girls, and that focus is really very, very intense. And we're right now very much in a ramp-up stage looking for our next youth event. But again, we're inspired by things that the Nigerian Youth Corps did at the election, and we mean it very, very seriously committed to it.